Hello and welcome back to another board game live stream. Today we are going to be playing the Slay the Spire board game. It's a board game inspired by the video game that's kind of been adapted into a tabletop setting. And oh, there we go. There's the mic. And I picked this up at Gen Con a couple of weeks ago, and I have been playing it pretty much nonstop since then. It's going to be one of my top games. I think. I adore the video game. I've put in hundreds and hundreds of hours into the video game, and I initially did not buy the board game because I was like, why would I play the board game? I have the video game. It does all the math for me. That being said, after trying the board game, it's good. It's very, very good. The board game allows you to play 1 to 4 players, which is going to be just like a different variation than what the video game allows you to do. There's a couple of modifications on like Steam and everything that allow you to play multiplayer, but the collaboration in this game for multiplayer is really solid. I really like the interactions that you can have between the characters with the fights and everything. Just really, really good. This is going to be my first time actually playing it true solo. And so we will, I guess, see if it's going to hold up as a true solo game versus the video game, or if I would prefer to just kind of stick with the video game when it comes to true solo. We have basically the overview of the game. I forgot. Oh no. I need to find my little boot. In the game, this is a roguelike, meaning that every single time you play, it's going to be a little bit... Where'd my boot go? Oh, there it is. It's basically like you're starting over at a new game. So you start here in Act 1. You win the game if you defeat Act 3. So we're going to probably just play Act 1 today. The acts do take a while, and I think of them as like separate game sessions, but this is Act 1. We are ascending the Spire. Act 2, and then Act 3, and then the enemies and events and everything get progressively more challenging as you ascend the Spire. But this is where our starting point is, and we're going to choose a connected room to move all the way up until we get to the boss fight. To see if we win, we're going to collect new cards. It's a deck builder. New cards, rewards, and everything along the way. Very solid. There are 4 characters in the box. There's the Ironclad, the Silent, who we are playing today, the Defect, who is probably my favorite. I think the Defect in the video game is absolutely my favorite. I think in the board game too. I've only played Watcher 1 time. I played I think all the other ones 2 to 3 times, and I think Defect is probably my favorite in the board game, but I like Silent. It's a little bit less chaotic in what's going on, so I figured it'd be a better like first stream, and so we're gonna be playing Silent, and then the final one is the Watcher. Yeah, it's solid. J Venom almost bought this at PAX, but it looks like so much upkeep. It isn't not a lot of upkeep, but it is less than what I initially thought it was going to be. They do a lot of things where they kind of consolidate a lot of the video game mechanics into like a die roll, and I think it translates pretty well. What's up, Shibi? How's it going? Thank you, Probable Genius. I appreciate the follow. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, it's I'm pumped. We've just been playing a lot. We did well. I guess we got like a pseudo win yesterday. We finished up a run where in the final Act 3 boss fight, I died. I was playing a strength-based Ironclad build, and then my wife was playing a poison-based Silent build. She ended up surviving the fight. I ended up dying in the fight, and like there's like a last stand type situation that you can choose to play where only one person needs to survive that final fight. So we won, asterisk. So you pick a character. They come with a start of like a starter relic. They have their own deck of cards. So these are all specific to the class. You also have rare cards that you're going to be... Oh, that shouldn't be in there. You also have rare cards that are just better and all of that stuff. And you're going to be getting card rewards as you defeat enemies, and some of the events will give you card rewards as well. There are relics, which are kind of just always on passive abilities. And when you're playing true solo, you start with a loaded die relic, which says that on a dice roll of a 4 or 5, you get a defense, and then on a 6, you trigger the a die relic ability. What I do like about this is that every single time or every single round you're rolling the die, and that number applies to all cards that reference the die roll. You're not rolling the die for every single card. So like the enemies typically will have different actions based on what the die roll is. And so if you roll into a 3, the enemies act on a 3, all your relics act on a 3, any cards that reference the die roll act on a 3. And I really liked how they implemented that. It doesn't feel like it's too luck driven, and it's too like based on the die. And so I that was my not my one, but one of my major like concerns when I did learn how the game was played. I was like, I don't really like the die roll. I think it just implemented pretty well. JF. So watching the Hulkling review with Villain Theory. Oh yeah, I was so happy that we got a Hulkling article. He looks so cool. We'll watch the stream later, hoping you teach the rules, since I don't know the rules and will be interested in this game. I think what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a live play, and we'll kind of talk through the rules as we're playing. But yeah, so just kind of an idea and overview of the rules. Also in True Solo, you start with 2 money. You can use money to buy new cards, relics, potions, everything at the shop. And so we'll definitely see a shop because I like spending money. All right, so we're going to be playing with the Silence. We start with a deck of cards that is unique to the Silence. We start with 3 energy every round, 0 block, and then 9 hit points. A lot of the numbers are significantly scaled back from the video game. So instead of having like 60 to 70 starting health, you start with 9. And then instead of strikes doing like 6 damage, they do 1. So kind of cool. First thing that we want to do is we want to choose our act boss. And we can do that by rolling the die. So on a 1 or a 2, we're going to get the Guardian. What is this one? Hexaghost, and then the Slime Boss on a 5 or 6. So let's go ahead and roll. We got a 5. So we're going to go with the Slime Boss. The Poison Build's Worst Nightmare. So that is up there. We do have that knowledge of what we're going. And so we're going to be trying to take cards and build our kind of character into a route that's going to be effective against the Slime Boss. We'll see how that goes. Sadly, it's my sleeping time now, but I'll watch this later. Yeah. Nice. Enjoy. So yeah. Then, at the start of the game, we get a blessing from Niao. So these are going to be things that just kind of kickstart. They're going to give you some sort of reward. Typically, it's going to be a card, some money, and then a choice. So we're going to choose one of these. Let's go with that guy right there. This is the only time you're using this deck of cards. And let's see what we got. So we got Niao's Blessing. So the first thing that we do is we gain 3 money and a card. So that's what those symbols are. That's what there's in the red. So we'll take 3 money. This is also the collector's edition. So it comes with like fancy metal coins, the playmat and everything. It was pricey, but it's pretty. And a card. So whenever you gain a card, you're going to take 3 cards from your character specific deck. Unless it says that it's a rare card, you take it from the basic stack. And we've got a leg sweep, a poison stab, and then a setup. So leg sweep is going to be 2 energy to play, weaken 3 block. Poison stab is 1 attack and a poison. One of the cool things about the board game version versus the video game version is poison does not decay. So it's nice to have some poison and just have consistent damage round over round. And then setup is 1 energy to any player. Slime Boss is not super great against poison, but I do really like poison stab. It's fun. I enjoy poison. So we're going to take a poison build and just kind of lose to the boss here in a couple hours. So that's going to happen. So that's going to go into our deck. And then we move on. And then we can choose one option below. We can remove a card, gain 3 potions, gain 5 money, a card, and a curse. I don't like that last option. I'm going to go with removing a card, thinning a deck, and a deck builder. Good. It's really good. So we have strikes and defends and neutralizes and more defense. So typically here, because we have this persistent damage with the poison, with poison stab, it's also an attack. I'm going to just remove an attack so we effectively like kind of switch out a strike for a poison stab, increasing the frequency in which we're going to be drawing that poison stab. So this gets removed from the deck for the entire run. There's like removing cards from your deck, which then in future battles they're not there, or there's exhausting cards. We'll get into that probably whenever we find it, but exhausting cards is basically removing it from your deck for the like combat. What's up, Wikipedia? How you doing? So there you go. We are in. I think that's everything. There's also a decent bit of stuff off screen that I just did not have space, but like a lot of the cards for like all the monsters and everything are off screen. A lot of my tokens and all of that, but yeah, cool. So yeah, so we're starting here in the initial spots with a monster, and there's actually 4 first encounters that are a little bit easier just to kind of like help you get started. You don't lose in the first round. So we'll shuffle these up and get a first encounter. If you're playing with multiple players, the way that you would do that is actually, I think we've always played that this player is down at the bottom, but there wasn't any room. So I put him up at the top. If you're playing with multiple players, they would take up different spots here, and then each one of them gets a row of enemies. And those are the enemies that are typically going to be attacking that player in the row. However, you can target and attack any enemy. You don't have to just attack ones in your row. And so it's a very collaborative, like I'm taking a huge hit from this guy. Any way that you can help me kill him this round so that I don't take the hit, and then next round I can come in and help you. So that's kind of like where the collaboration comes in. It's pretty cool. So this is for higher health, like elites and bosses. Our first encounter here, we have got the cultist. So the cultist is a solo enemy. So every single round he's going to do that action in the bottom where he's going to attack me and then strengthen. Then the strengthen is going to increase that attack. So on round 1 he's attacking me for 1, round 2 2, 3, 4, 5. Up in the top left here is the rewards that I'm going to get whenever I defeat him. So I would get 1 money and a card. And then he has 9 health, which is denotated over here where my left thumb is. So that's there. And then we have these like health cubes to track that health. What I will say is that I don't like the health cubes. I think it's fairly fiddly. What my wife and I have started to do is use poker chips for health and just stack the poker chips, and then it worked out. It works out a lot better, I think. So this is the first combat. You draw 5 cards. The Silent has a ring, a snake ring. I don't actually remember what it's called. To draw 2 cards at the start of combat. So Silent actually starts with 7 cards in hand, which is pretty cool. Wikipedia got some decks to test for Marvel champions lined up. Did a perfect defense. Stop hitting yourself. Go Spider. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Stop hitting yourselves on 1 block. That's so cool. I love Ghost Spider. She's a ton of fun. Alrighty, so start of turn, you're resetting your energy to 3, taking your block down to 0. Draw 5 cards. Here's my cards. Got to defend, a survivor, strike. There's my poison stab, defend, strike, strike. We roll the dice. This does not matter for the enemy, but it could matter for the loaded die. We got a 5. So on a 4 or a 5, we get 1 block. Beautiful. So now we don't have to block this cultist because he's only going to attack us for 1. Jim. This is probably the best board game adaptation of a video game I have played. I still play the video game more and need to get more games out of this board game. And I think I agree with that take. I think that this is probably the best adaptation of a video game that I've played into a board game. I'm trying to think of other ones. There's Horizon. There is Call of Duty that I've played. I think Call of Duty, the video game, is significantly better than the board game. I think I agree. I think it's really good. My only gripe is just resetting the game takes a bit. Yep. It can take a little bit. Oh yeah, upgrades. We'll talk about upgrades here in a second. I think that being said, they took a hyper complex video game and boiled it down to like a really easy package to understand. Curious to see how replayable it is in solo. This is probably one of the more replayable games that I have. Alrighty, so the cultist is attacking us for 1. We already have 1 block, so we can spend all of our energy on killing. So we have 3 energy. We'll spend 1 to play a poison stab. That's going to deal 1 damage and apply 1 poison. At the end of my turn, each enemy will take damage equal to how much poison they have on them. We're going to spend 1 to play a strike to deal 1 damage. Boom. Then we're going to spend 1 to deal a strike and deal 1 damage down to 6. Yeah, I don't love the cubes. At the end of my turn is going to take 1 damage. You discard your hand, and then it's the enemy's turn. So they're going to hit me for 1. Damage gets dealt to block first, and then they are going to strengthen, meaning that any instance of attack is increased by the strengthen value. Just got Dead Cells a month ago on Switch, and it made me want to go check out the. I have not played either the video game or the board game for Dead Cells, so yeah. Nelson Kempson tried my Man on the Wall Captain Marvel deck, and we think you should do an old hero new trick with it. Okay, I'll check it out. I forgot that I was gonna do the Magneto deck that Boom guy built. Alrighty, we got defend, neutralize, strike, and defend. So we're resetting our energy. We're rolling the die for a 2. Nothing that I have happens on a 2, and so we're off. We're gonna play a neutralize, which costs us 0 energy. This does 1 damage and weakens. Weakens means that the next attack is -1, and then you remove the weakened condition. So we will attack with a weaken here. So we'll deal 1 damage, taking him down to 4. And then we have a weaken token here. So now he's attacking us for 1, 2, -1. So he's only attacking us for 1, which is nice. We're going to spend 1. Let's go ahead and defend so we don't take any damage. The one thing about Slay the Spire is I do not want to take damage. Taking damage is bad news, so we're going to try to not take any damage. And then we got 1 for another attack here. Boom. Down to 3. Block doesn't roll over, so I guess I could technically play another block here if I wanted to. But here we are. I do like how the game tracks damage. It looks very sad. Yeah. At the end of my turn, Cultist still has 1 poison, so it goes down to 2 health. And then it's going to attack us again for 1, 2, -1, and we remove the weakened token for 1. We go down to 1 damage. Beautiful. Started my turn. We reset energy. Block gets depleted. And we draw 5 cards. You do not shuffle your deck until you need to draw a card in this game. And so here we go. All we have to do is 1 damage, because if we only do 1 damage, that cultist will die from its poison. Oh, and the cultist did strengthen. So now he's attacking us for 3. So there's a little bit of a timer here. You just try Galileo Galilei. Nice astronomy. You're nice, yeah. It looks really pretty. Finally getting some Kickstarter game found stuff coming in. Makes me feel like my time is flying when something random shows up on my doorstep I wasn't expecting. That's a nice little surprise, though. I like that. That's fun. We got to defend, strike. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. So we'll spend 1. We'll strike. Deal 1 damage. At the end of my turn, the poison will take him. Actually, we should have rolled the dice. It's just a good habit to be in. But there you go. So the cultist is no longer now. The first encounter is easier. Like they did make it easier, and so the future encounters more challenging. So the reward is up here in the top left. We get a money, and we get a card reward. So we're gonna draw into a Blade Dance, a Deadly Poison, and a Sneaky Strike. So Blade Dance will give us 2 shivs. Shivs in this game are tokens. Tokens that can be used for a 1 attack, or there's a lot of cards that actually will play off of if you have a shiv token, you get something extra. So it's not exactly like the video game, but it has like another kind of like tie into it. I think it's cool. I still have yet to win 1 run of the video game. It's tough. It's a tough video game for sure. Yeah, it's tough. I've played, I think I've done, this is how much I've played. It's a little sad. I've gotten Ascension 20. So every single time you win, you can unlock like a next Ascension, and the board game has that as well, where they have like additional cards where you can like unlock Ascensions and make it harder. I think in the board game it goes up to Ascension 10. In the video game, it goes up to Ascension 20, and then there's a 4th act that you can unlock if you do some like special things, and then you get to fight the biggest, baddest enemy, which is like the heart. And so I've done Ascension 20 heart kills on the first 3 characters. I think I've only gotten up to 16 on Watcher. I've played this game too much. We're going to take Blade Dance mainly because I haven't ever played a Shiv-based Silent in this game. So we'll take a Blade Dance and see what happens. So we get to move into a connected room, and connected is a dotted line. And what I like to do here is all of these rooms are the same. They're all question marks. However, it's going to limit where we can go in the future. When I'm looking at my route to the boss, I like to see how many elites I can hit and how many fire sites I can hit. So the fire sites can help you heal health. It can also have you upgrade cards. Whenever you upgrade a card in this game, you take it out of the sleeve, and all the sleeves are provided because of this reason, and you flip it around and there's the upgraded version. So this one goes, oh, this is an exhaust card. So I missed that. But this is an exhaust card. You flip it around, it's not in the video game. And it applies 2 poison. So I really like the campsites because it makes my deck better without adding more cards. And I really like elites because they give me relics. So I think I want to at least hit this elite here, 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 because I want to hit that shop. So I could come like this way to hit this first campsite, get a relic, kind of come up that way. I think we're going to do that. I guess like this is just technically a little bit more flexible if we wanted to do it. So let's just go right here and we'll draw event. So all of the events, these are Act 1. There's another deck for monsters, elites, and events in Act 2, and as well as Act 3. But in the video game, question marks can also be combats, or like normal combats, not elite combats. The board game, they are not. So they're just events. So we've got the Wheel of Change. So roll a die. Each player rolls separately. On a 1, we get to heal. On a 2, we gain a curse. 3, remove a card. 4, gain a treasure. 5, gain 4 money. 6, lose 2 HP. No whammies. It's a 4. We gain a treasure. That's hype. That's super hype. Okay, well that's good. Big fan. Let us gain a treasure. So there's a deck of treasure cards. In the video game, there are like character specific relics that you can get. In this game, that is not a thing. All of the relics have kind of been modified so that they can work with any character. And a lot of those just kind of like roll into the die. So hopefully, maybe we'll see one that is normally a character specific relic and we can see how it kind of gets modified. But huge deck of relics. We got the Centennial Puzzle here. So this says that once per combat, we get to draw 3 cards if we have lost HP that combat. Boom. Just like that. and we get some fun stuff. The only option we have is to move up to this monster fight. So again, if we had multiple players, we would take multiple cards for each row. This is the small slime. Now the small slime, he's a weakling. He only has 3 health. However, down here at the bottom in this green box, he's going to summon additional enemies. So we've got a small slime. He's going to summon an acid slime and a spike slime in that order. So this is the summon deck. So you're going to see what is going to be there, or what we need. So we got a spike slime and we've got a acid slime. So now we have 3 enemies, which they're a little bit meaner. So we have a 3, a 5, and a 5. Prefer the board game to the video game. Nice. Okay. I like the lower numbers and easier to understand buffs and debuffs. Makes it really approachable for a diverse. Oh, 100%. Yeah. That's a really good point. It does feel a lot easier to comprehend, because in this, like, weak is -1 damage. In the video game, it's -25%. And it's like, that's just way harder to, honestly, like, I never do the math. I just apply weak and hopefully it's good enough. So these enemies act on the die roll. So we were talking about different enemies that have different actions based on what we roll. So like on a 1 or a 2, the acid slime is going to hit me for 2 damage. On a 3 or a 4, it's going to weaken me. And on a 5 or a 6, it's going to give me 2 damage and a daze. Daze goes on top of my deck. It's basically just a dead card. So I'm effectively drawing 1 less card the next round. Spike slime on a 1 or 2 deals 1 damage to me and applies vulnerable, which means that the next source of damage is doubled, which is brutal. And then hits me for 2 on a 3 or 4. And then on a 5 or 6, hits me for 1 and applies daze. I did get a card, didn't I? Yeah, I got the Blade Dance. We start with 7 cards because silent is silent. Here we go. So we got a strike, a survivor, a defend, strike, defend. Alrighty, all my good cards coming up soon. We're going to roll the dice. We've got a 6. So we're going to get hit for 1, 2 in a daze, 1 in a daze. So we're getting hit for 4 total. Ow. Okay. And a 6, we get to trigger a die relic ability. I'm going to choose to gain a block here. So I do agree that there's a lot going on. So there's like, you have to find where you are triggering your dice, what happens when. What I like about that, which is also true in the video game, is that you get a lot of time to learn your deck because you're adding things incrementally. And so now the only new thing is 1 card and then the Centennial Puzzle. And so like as you play, you kind of get a better understanding of what your deck can do. We're going to play a survivor. It's going to give me 2 block, and I'm going to discard a card. I'm going to discard a defend. That's going to take me up to 3 block. I'm going to spend 1 to play a defend to give me 4 block. So now I'm perfectly defended against what is about to hit me. And we're going to spend 1 to play a strike. And I think I'm going to take out the spike slime. I am really not interested in becoming vulnerable, and so I think we're gonna just deal 1 damage there. And you can choose whatever enemy you want to hit on the table. In this case, in the row, but if there are multiple rows, you could choose anybody to hit. Okay. Spike slime is gonna hit me for 1. I'm gonna get hit for 2 here. And a daze. This goes on top of my draw pile. We draw at the beginning of our turn. And then we got 1 and a daze. Just like that. I'm going to reset. I'm going to draw 5 cards. Hey, look at that. Whoa, look at that. Strike. Blade Dance. And a strike. Alrighty, so I started swinging. So I started blasting. And that's what we're going to be doing. Let's roll this. Hopefully it's a 4. So we're going to get weakened and 2 damage, and then 1 damage here. And then I do get a block from my loaded die, the True Solo relic. Well, I don't have many choices. I have 3 energy and 3 energy worth of cards to play, so let's go ahead and do that. So we got effectively 4 damage. We could take out the spike slime, who is going to be hitting us the hardest. I think that's probably exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take 1 damage from the small slime, which then can trigger the Centennial puzzle. You missed the beginning. It's going really good. We're only like we did the initial fight, which is a pretty quick fight here. We resolved an event where we got a relic, and then this is turn 2 of like the first real fight of the game. So you haven't missed much. It's going really well. We'll see. So let's do it. We'll spend 1 to play a strike to deal 1 damage here. We'll spend 1 to play a strike to deal 1 damage here. Okay, so is that 4? It goes to 3, then 2. Then we're going to spend 1 to play a Blade Dance. This is going to give me 2 shivs. These are tokens which I can hold on to, or I can get rid of this. Can't you just kill the small slime and the minions retreat? I don't think so. I assume not. That's not how it works in the video game. So I assume it's not how it works here. But now I am curious. Into combat when all monsters are dead or have left combat. Yeah, but they're not minions. I don't think they're minions. Yeah, but yeah. So they are if they are summons, but not if, which I guess like these are called summons. That would make this game way easier, and I'm pretty sure that's not how it works, but let me check. So like if you defeat like the cultist, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Leroy. I think you have to beat each one of them. In the video game, there are specific things like, and those I think that only happens in elite and boss fights, where there are minions, and then all of the things that trigger in the video game, all of the things that trigger off of like killing a enemy do not occur when you hit minions. It's in the book somewhere. So they do retreat, is what you're saying? Oh, cool. Okay, thanks. Thank you. Okay. Sweet. So yeah, let's spend both of these to take out the spike slime. And then he is donezo. Nice. Okay, cool. These are ethereal. It has the keyword ethereal on it, which means that at the end of my turn, if they're in my hand, they are exhausted. So I'm just going to put them back over here in the stack. Cool. I need to darken the opacity of the chat on stream. It still looks a little hard to see. I'll do that. Okay. We're going to get hit for 1. Hey, we have a block. Look at me go. Oh, from the die. That's right. Nice. Let's go. And then we're going to be weakened, meaning our next damage is reduced by 1, which means that we're going to do 0. I read that rule. Honestly, the game would be too simple if they did retreat. Yeah. Okay. So at the start of our turn, we're going to reset to 3. I'm going to draw 1, 2. Oh, nice thing that we have the neutralize. The neutralize is a 0 cost attack event, and so that's a way to just kind of get rid of this token, which will be nice. We got a 3. We're going to get weakened again, and we're going to get hit for 1. We do not get a free block from the Centennial puzzle, though. We got a defend, a poison stab, neutralize, and a defend. Alrighty. So let's neutralize. It's going to deal 1 damage and weaken. I think we're going to neutralize the... Let's actually neutralize the acid slime, because I'm going to be able to block the small slime damage here, because I just that's all I have to play. And so we might as well set ourselves up for a future turn in neutralizing here. Does 1 damage, -1 from the weakened token, so 0 damage. I want to paint the minis for this game. I bet you could do them really nice. I think that the minis, I bet they would look really good painted. Nice. Let's go ahead and spend 1 to play Poison Stab. This does exhaust, so it's going to get removed from our deck for the rest of combat. We'll go ahead and poison the spikes, or the acid slime here. Deal 1 damage to it. And then we'll spend 1 to play a defend for 1 block. What's up? Just finished watching your and Villain Theory's first look. Cool stuff, right? I think Hulking is going to be insanely powerful. I'm excited for him. End of my turn. Go down to 3 health. Beautiful. We're going to get attacked for 1, and we're going to get weakened yet again. Draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a 2. Okay, we're getting hit for 2, which is actually just 1 because he is weakened. He's got 3 health left, effectively 2. A Blade Dance and a Strike can take him out. So, because we're weakened. So let's spend 1 to strike. No damage is dealt. Spend 1 to do Blade Dance, which gets us 2 Shiv tokens. Boom, boom. So I started blasting. Let's go ahead and hit him for 1, 2. Then the poison at the end of my turn will take him out. We're using the Shiv tokens for that. And then we'll spend 1 energy to defend for 1 so that we can block the small slime coming in. My one fear with Hulkling is that you may not get the shapeshift upgrade you want when you want it. True, he does have the card that tutors him as well as his alter ego ability to grab him. So that's nice. At least the forms are a little bit better than Spectrum's forms. Yeah, J-Venom, he seems like a cool Spectrum. Alright, end of my turn. Pop 1 damage. This guy gets removed. And then we got the small slime hitting us for 1. Block there. I'll reset. Deal 3 damage. Come on. Let me draw 3 damage here. There's 2. We did start last night. We had session 0 of our Cosmere RPG that I'm running. Awesome. I had so much fun. I haven't played an RPG since probably before COVID. And when the Cosmere RPG came out, me and my friends are just nerds when it comes to that world and system. And so we got to play for the first time last night and just had an absolute blast. Had a ton of fun. I'm going to spend 2 energy on 2 strikes to deal 2 damage. And then 1 energy on a defend to defend 1. He's going to attack me for 1. Boom. And then there's the strike. Just kind of speeding it up just from like a standpoint. I just kind of waiting around. And there we go. We have uber lethal is what we're saying. We're playing the Marvel RPG. How is that? It looked pretty cool. I'm not sure crazy. I'm not. You don't really level up. Interesting. You seem like I'd be an excellent. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love DMing. Just kind of funny because I know that there are like groups out there. It's like, okay, who's DMing this one? I was like, I would 1,000% rather DM than play. I love running games. I just have a ton of fun with it. Excellent. So we won our first real combat, and we still have not taken damage, which is always a good sign when it comes to Slay the Spire. Our reward here is 1 money. We're up to 7. We're gonna be rolling in hot when we hit that shop up there, and then we get a card reward. We've got a backstab. It is 2 damage plus 2 damage if the enemy is at full health, and we exhaust. We got dash, 2 damage to block. I can switch rows with any player. Then Riddled with Holes, which is 4 shivs. Ooh, okay. Typically in Act 1, I like to prioritize damage. So Riddled with Holes, 2 for 4 is pretty decent. Backstab 0 for 2 is also really good. And then if it's a +2, if he's at full health, that's 4 damage. That could be really solid. I also really like Dash. Dash is just card efficient because now you can get block and defense with 1 card draw, which I really like. I feel like Dash. You may switch rows with another player. Okay, someone who has played this. Someone who has played this, the board game version. Why would you ever switch rows? I don't understand why you would switch rows. I understand during combat. At the end, so not necessarily with Dash. I understand that, but at the end of combat, you have there's this part of the game where you can switch rows with people in between combats. I don't know why you would do it. You switch rows if you have a huge defense deck, but why? Right? Like isn't it random what enemies go where? Like if you're playing multiplayer. Oh, in the middle of combat, sure. But I can't think of a reason to switch at the end of combat. Yeah. Like I understand switching in the middle of combat. So this is not a question about Dash. Elites are in a specific spot, but all the elites hit all characters. So like when you look at an elite, like that little fire symbol there, that means that it's hitting all crawlers. So I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason somewhere, but I don't know. Do you switch before you get rewards? That could be it. I assume that you got the rewards before you switch, but that would be it. Nope, you get your rewards before you switch. I don't know. So if you're player 1, you swap rows to block for player 2, then at the end of combat, you'd swap back to your old spot. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think let's go with Dash. I just like the card efficiency there. Remember there being something that affects the first. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Maybe I just haven't seen that. Maybe it's an event or something that I've just missed. Cool. Okay. I'll be on the lookout for that. Because like my wife and I were like, I don't know, like we switched one time and it just threw me so bad because then I would like I'm always in this row and she's always in this row, and so like I would just do all of my calculations not even looking at the menu of what row we were in, just in here, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I don't have to block, and then it's like, okay, you get hit for 5. I was like, what? I was like, oh no, we switched rows. It did not work. Yeah, no, didn't work. I'm gonna go here. Like this is our route. Boom, 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 boom. And so like here, this gives me the. Actually, I guess like, do I want a minion or do I want another event? I think at this point I want to start building cards. I want to have a fairly decently strong deck for when we do hit that elite. So I'm gonna come here and hopefully grab another card reward here. So this is a question mark. Also, these are tokens. So the tokens have 2 different backs. There's like these gray and white backs, and they get shuffled up, and then you deal these out to like a corresponding, like the clear backs go to a clear back. And so like the Spire like climb is randomized each time. We got another event. This time we've got the cleric. We can pay 1 to heal 3 HP, pay 2 to upgrade a card, or pay 3 to remove a card, or we can leave and nothing happens. What does Dash upgrade into? 3 and 3 seems pretty good. Or would I rather just remove a card? I think I just want to remove a card. Yeah. Let's go ahead and spend 3. Go down to 4 money. I want to hit the shop with 7 to plus money, because the relics all cost around 7 to 8. So like this Centennial puzzle, if it was in the shop, would cost 8. How much have I unlocked in the game? Nothing. I've not done anything past Ascension 0. My wife and I have had 1.5 wins where I died in the last combat. And so she's never played the video game. And so we're also kind of just like learning the system as well as we're going. So she has played Ironclad and Silent now. And then I think she's going to play Defect next. And then once we get our next win, I think that's when we're going to go into like Ascension 2. We removed a strike last time. We do still have a good, pretty much all of our things that we've added have been attacks. We got a Blade Dance, we got a Dash, which is an attack, a Poison Stab, which is an attack. So I think we're going to remove another strike, just to kind of try and keep it somewhat balanced between like attack and defense. So we're going to remove another strike, and the next card that we remove is probably going to be a defense or a defend. Oh, I also really like this. I want to show this. The defend, when it upgrades in like the game, it goes from 5 to 8 defense. And here it upgrades to 2 defense, but you can give that defense to any player. And I think that's just super cool. Like that is very flexible, because there are times in like a multiplayer game where you will draw an upgraded defense card, and it's like, they're not actually attacking me this turn. And so what you can do is then give that defense to one of your teammates, which I think is really, really fun. All right, we're going to go here to the next fight. See what we got. Boom. We got the large slime. Oh, perfect. So this is another type of enemy action. So we've seen dice. We've seen just the normal. And then this is the last type. So these red boxes are effectively just a program. So first turn, we're getting hit for 1. The cube moves down. We get hit for 4. Then he starts summoning, and then we just kind of rotate in and out. He starts with 8 health. It's really good. Even late game, I've tried to make a deck designed around just giving everyone... Oh, sick. That's cool. What character was it? Silent? I feel like Silent has really, really good block. That's fun. Silent is, yeah. Best at that, or just best in the game? I found Strength to be really powerful as well. What's up, Don? Great to see me playing Slay the Spire. Heck yeah. I also did it with Defect, but it being tricky because... yeah. We got a strike, defend, poison stab, defend, neutralize, blade dance, and a defend. We're getting hit for 1. This symbol, the little fire symbol, means that if we had another character that was playing, we would both be getting hit for 1. But we don't have any other characters, so we're good. Roll the die. It's a 3. Nothing happens. So let's just go ahead and neutralize. So we'll deal 1 damage and weaken, meaning that he's going to hit us for 1, -1, 0. So no damage. We'll spend 1 to play a poison stab, deal 1 damage, and apply a poison. We'll spend 1 to deal 1 damage with a strike. And then we're going to spend 1 to blade dance, and then we're going to spend both of those shivs immediately to do 1-2 damage. The end of my turn, he takes 1 damage because of his poison, down to 2 health. Yeah. Large slime ain't nothing. I guess we shouldn't do this yet, but he's going to hit us for 1. -1 is 0. Take no damage. Then this moves down. He's going to hit us for 4 and daze. But let's just see if we can take him out. Defend, defend, strike, dash. Beautiful. We'll spend 2 of our... Actually, let's remember how to play the game. Hey, we get a block. We're going to spend 2 to play dash, deal 2 damage and 2 block, which is going to take out the large slime. Boom, boom, boom. So we get a money. We get a potion. So new mechanic. Potions are one-time use consumable things. So we get a fairy in the bottle. When your HP is set to, or becomes 0, instead set your HP to 2 and discard this item. I like how I've gotten so much stuff for like fairy in the bottle, centennial puzzle, take damage, get things for it. And then I've just gotten like full defense. I love fairy in the bottle. It's so much security. You're just like, okay, cool. I can take that big hit and then we'll figure it out. We get a card. We got dagger spray, flechettes, and a deflect. So here's one of the cards that we were talking about earlier. So deflect is 1 block, and it's +1 block if I have a shiv token. So 2 block for 0. That seems pretty good. We have dagger spray, which this is going to hit an entire row. On player cards, when it has that little fire burst symbol, that means that it's going to hit the entire row. And so this would be 1 damage to the entire row, which could be nice with the slime boss coming up because he kind of splits out and creates multiple enemies. But I kind of like the deflect. Dagger spray seems good though. What does it upgrade into? Is it 2/2? No, it's a 1/1/1 upgrade. I want to take deflect because I wanted to run the shiv build, but I think dagger spray is going to help get me through Act 1 better. So let's go dagger spray because we haven't removed any defensive cards, so our deck is still fairly defensive. We also have fairy in the bottle and all that good stuff, so we're going to go there. And this guy goes into the discard pile. Bah. Only spot that we can go is this campfire. At the campfire, we can choose to rest and heal 3 HP. We're at full, so we're not going to do that. Or we can choose to upgrade a card. I think we'll probably upgrade Dash. That feels pretty decent. We could also upgrade Blade Dance, which would give us 3 shivs instead of 2 shivs. Dagger Spray would be 1/1/1. We could apply 2 poison with Poison Stab, which is in my exhaust pile. But I think Poison Stab is going to be a good upgrade, potentially in Act 2, because that slime boss and poison, once they split, the poison goes away. And so this just adds another poison. It could help me get to the boss, but I'm trying to think of how I'm going to actually beat that boss. And I think that's going to be a dash, because it becomes a 3/3, and that just seems pretty good. That's a lot of damage and a lot of block. Sec. Relic time. I like relics. Relics are so much fun. New relic. We got the toolbox. Okay, so once per room, -1 to the die result. So a 1 becomes a 6. Or like a 4 becomes a 3. That is nice. I'm going to put my potions here. That is nice because now we trigger a 1 defense on a 1, 4, 5, or 6. So. Also, loaded die is another reason why we probably didn't need to take the deflect, the defense card. Okay, let's fight an elite. There are 3 elites in each act. We're going to fight this one. Which one is it? It's... I always... Lagavulin. I always think of Scotch when I see this guy. But he comes in with 44 health. He gives us... Or no, I'm sorry, 22 health. We're playing solo. We're not playing multiplayer. I've mainly played this 2-player, and so I look at that second box, which is 2-player. But at the top, 22 health. We're going to get a relic, a card, and 2 money when we fight him. He is one of these programmed actions, and so we're going to rotate the action cube. However, any gray box actions, we skip on the next rotation. So he's going to start by doing nothing, gives us a little bit of time to set up. He's named... Oh, is he actually named after it? That's pretty great. I love that. And then this is where this health tracker comes in. So he has 22. Nice. Okay. Then he hits us for 4. Then he hits us for 4. Then he weakens us and strengthens himself and hits us for 5. Then 5. So we got to go kind of quick. Seven cards. 2, 4, 6, 7. Roll the die. Got a 1. So once per room. So we're not going to use that right now because he's not actually going to be hitting us. So we're not use the toolbox because we'll just lose the block before he can hit us. So we're going to just keep that as a 1. We got a defend, a poison stab, dagger spray, survive, strike, and a dash. I was really hoping we'd grab the dash next round. Oh, we drew so much defense in this turn. Alrighty, so let's go poison stab. It's going to deal 1 damage and poison. That's just going to be a consistent damage for the rest of the game. And then it doesn't really matter. So let's play the cool card, dash. We got 3 damage. So we go down to, okay, so shoot. Okay, so he was at 21, so 3 damage is going to go down to 18. And then I get 3 block. Cool. He is sleeping. Now he's going to hit us really hard. We'll reset everything. Draw 5 cards. And we got a 4. Okay, 6. So we got a block. That's nice. Oh, we also got the neutralize. So let's go ahead and neutralize. We'll deal 1 damage, take him down to 17. And weaken. So now he's only going to be hitting us for 3. And that's just beautiful, isn't it? So we'll spend 1 to play a defense to give us up to 2 block. 1 to play a defense to give us up to 3 block. So that's going to be a perfect defend. And then we've got 1 to blade dance, and we'll spin those 2 shivs. 1, 2. And I forgot to do the poison last time. So he's down at 14 health. End of my turn. He's going to take 1 damage, go down to 13. And he's going to hit us for 4. Minus 1 is 3. We have 3 block. Heck yeah. He's going to hit us for 4 again. In the video game, he sleeps a lot longer. I just want to say it. But he does wake up if you damage him. We got 2 strikes. Good news is we may get to trigger our Centennial Puzzle. Because I think we're going to be taking some damage. Okay, so strike, blade dance, neutralize is nice, and a defend. Sick, cool. Let's take some damage. Let's go ahead and neutralize, deal 1, and then weaken. So he's going to hit us for 3. Let's spend 1 to play a defend for a block. Spend 1 to blade dance, and we'll immediately use the 2 of them to take him down to 10, and then we will strike to take him down to 9. I did not dice this round. Thank you. Oh, it's a 5. Let's go. 2 block. Let's go. Thank you. That's one of the things that I always miss. So my wife has taken over dice. She is taken the dice rolling responsibilities away from me because I just always forget. Yeah, he sleeps 3 turns. He comes in with 8 block, and then if you break the block, he wakes up. Yeah. But it gives me so much time to build power cards. Play power cards. I love it. Okay. Poison is going to knock him down to 8. He's going to hit us for 3. We have 2 block and 1 damage. Hey, first blood. Let's go. Then he's going to weaken, strengthen. Yikes. 2, 4, 5. Just going to give us all of the defense. That's good. That's what you want. We'll roll the die, which is a 5, so we get a block. Let's go ahead and trigger Centennial Puzzle. If we've drawn 3 cards, draw 3 cards if we lost HP. So we'll draw the 3 cards. Defend, stab, survive. Mainly it's going to help get a lot of these cards back into that shuffle. And so we can either hit a neutralize or something that Yeah. This is my favorite addition to my board game collection of last year. It's so good. It is so good. I'm very impressed with it. Do you have a favorite character that you play? All right, let's go 2 to play a dash, deal 3. Takes him down to 5. And then we'll spend 1 to play a dagger spray for 1/1. And that's all my energy. Poison takes him down to 2. Okay. He's going to double weaken. Very sad. And single strengthen. He's big. He does not go back to sleep because we skipped the gray boxes. And he's attacking us again. All right, we have to do 1 damage to him. But we also are double weakened, so the next two attack cards we play are -1. So if we draw a dash, we're good. If we draw 3 strikes, we're good. So hopefully, I guess if we don't draw that, we are probably drawing a decent bit of block as well. So we got 3, 4, 5. Oh, Blade Dance also works. Dash also works. Beautiful. We'll dice because it's how we play the game. 3, nothing happens. We'll spend 2 to play a dash. This is reduced by 1, which does 2 damage, which takes out the Scott. We had everything. We had neutralize. We had blade. We had so many ways to get rid of those weakens. That worked out pretty well, actually. Beautiful. Ah ha ha. Take that, elite. I think we go to the shop, but I'm like kind of feeling that we could probably take a second elite pretty easily. You love Watcher? Yeah. Nice, that's awesome. I've only played Watcher 1 time, and I think I died like pretty quickly, which is it's very true to form in the video game as well. I die very fast when it comes to playing Watcher. So rewards, we get 2 money. We get a relic. Good day. First time I've seen you play Slay the Spire. How you find? I love this game. I love the video game. I got the board game at Gen Con, and I love it. It's such a good game. Both versions of the game are great. It's really fun. We also get a relic. The relic that we get. The boot! The best relic in the video game. We get it now. So the boot on a 4, 5, or 6, we deal 1 damage. I like to try and like put all of my dice things together. So we really like 4s, 5s, and 6s. 6 is kind of interesting because we could deal 2 damage with the boot. Because loaded die allows us to trigger a die relic ability, so that could be the boot again if we roll a 6. That's kind of fun. And then we also get a card. We've got a Masterful Stab. We've got a Backflip. And we've got a Crippling Cloud. Okay. So Masterful Stab is 2 damage, but it costs 2 if we've lost HP this combat. I am always terrified of taking that card. Backflip. Draw 2 cards, 1 block. In Crippling Cloud, we have 1 poison, 1 weaken to an entire row. We are about to upgrade a card, which could be this card. I kind of like Crippling Cloud. That feels like a decent AoE spray. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I would want to upgrade other than that card. Other than the card that we're about to grab. What does Backflip upgrade into? Is it +1 defense? Yeah, it's 2 defense, draw 2 cards. Seems pretty good. I didn't get all in. I bought the retail, so I don't have the mats. At Gen Con they didn't have like the non like all-in version, so I'm not actually familiar what comes in this version versus the retail version. I think it's metal coins, mats, like these mats. You have these like player boards, right? You had to have gotten the sleeves, right? Crippling Cloud is awesome. Yeah, let's do it. So on an upgrade, it double poisons and weakens. Which is not great for slime boss. Might as well do it. Let's do it. Why not? Have fun. Grab the fun cards. Crippling Cloud. Boom. We're going to go here. We're going to upgrade a card. We could upgrade Crippling. What is Neutralize? Is that 2 weakens? No, it's 2 attack. No metal coins. No merchant bag. Character development. 4 character and deck playmats. Bigger box that can... Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I would say that the retail version is probably not. Like, the all-in version is really nice. Definitely not necessary. Could upgrade Blade Dance. We could upgrade Dagger. I kind of like upgrading Dagger Spray just with Slime Boss coming up. And have a lot of slimes to kill. Let's upgrade Dagger Spray. I don't know if I got the Claw Pack. That may have been an add-on. Maybe. And the claw, I don't have a claw dice. So yeah, the sleeves are a little rough. The sleeves are not super high quality. I probably will switch them out with just like a Dragon Shield at some point. But like you have to have like some sort of like black backed because you can't have anything showing through the sleeves. So yeah, no, I agree. I wish that the sleeves were a little bit higher quality. I feel like we should definitely go to the shop just because I want to see a shop. Oh, they do. Okay, so they replace the sleeves if you contact them. That's okay. That's awesome. Good for them. Good for them. That's good. Let's go to the shop just because I want to. You did that. Was it a fairly easy process, Don? Like they were easy to work with and everything? I assume probably. I like the idea, but the sleeves are bad quality. 1,000 black game Genic. Oh, okay. Nice. Good on them. Made me love the game. Very nice and fast. Okay. That's awesome. So it stinks that like the sleeves are poor quality. What I kind of am, I guess, assuming at this point. You asked for 200, got 500. Nice. Did you have to pay for any of them, or did they just send them to you for free? Because like it sounds like they probably got the sleeves in, and they're like, we don't like these, and so they probably just it was free. That's awesome. Good for them. Okay, I'm all in on this game. Oh yeah, that's good. Because like if I was in their shoes, I would see this. I was like, I don't like those, and then like I think offering free replacements is a really good way to just be like, yep, great, good on them. It's stacked by 1,000 Matt Dragon. She's waiting for future Marvel Champions. God, nice. I love Dragon Shield. Sleeves. You got 5 packs? Dang. Nice. That's awesome. I'm going to go to the merchant rather than the other elite. So we'll go here. We've got the blue slaver. He hits pretty hard. That's good. He has 10 health. Ow. He's going to give us 2 money, which is nice. So we're going to roll into that shop with 9 money, which feels pretty good. So let's go 2, 4, 6, 7. We got a survivor, a dash, a strike, a defend, a crippling cloud, a defend, and a neutralize. Our die roll is going to be a 6. So we're going to deal a damage. He's going to hit us for 2 and a daze. So instead of triggering this one, I'm going to actually deal another damage just because we have a dash in our hand, and that's going to cover all of the block that we need. I backed on Kickstarter, not sure if they'd do that with retail. That's fair. I would hope that they would. Okay, let's neutralize him. So we're going to deal 1 damage, taking him down to 7 and weaken. So he's actually only going to hit us for 1 now. I'm going to spend 2 energy to play Dash. It's going to give me 3 block and hit him for 3 and take him down to 4. And then we'll poke him with a strike for a 1. Take him down to 3. Beautiful. He's going to hit me for 2 minus 1. So 1. Go down. Daze goes on top of my deck. Then my turn. My turn again. Oh my goodness. A daze. A strike. A defend. A dagger spray, which is lethal. And a blade dance. So we'll roll a die just for fun. 3 doesn't do anything. We'll spend 1 to dagger spray for 3. And that's going to be lethal. Boom. I sleeved Spirit Island while watching. Thankfully, just 2 expansions and not all at once. There's a lot of cards in Spirit Island. Sleeved all my cards in Dragon Shield, and I used different colors based on the different character I was playing. Oh, nice. For this game? That's smart. Yeah, that's really smart, because then it's really easy to just kind of like swap or like find the card or find the like all the green cards are silent. You can just grab them really easily, and you don't have to like flip through them too much. That's nice. Got 2 money and a card. We got Dagger Throw, another Blade Dance, and a Cloak and Dagger. What does Cloak and Dagger upgrade into? 2 shivs and a block. What do we think? What do we think, team? I'm kind of leaning towards Blade Dance or Cloak and Dagger. We already have a Blade Dance. I really like the uber flexibility that is like shivs. You just throw that damage wherever you need it, and that's really nice. Cloak and Dagger, if we upgrade that, becomes 2 shivs in a block, which is nice. It's effectively an unupgraded Blade Dance plus a block, which I think is pretty cool. Dagger. Let's do it. All right. We already have a Blade Dance. We don't need 2 of them. There we go. Our boots moves on to our shop. Whenever there's a shop, you flip this guy over. You're going to deal out relics. So the first one is Pocket Watch. On a 3, we draw 3 cards. That seems really good. That's on sale for 8 money. We've got Blue Candle. Once per combat, exhaust up to 2 cards in your hand. That also seems really good. Then we got a Golden Eye. Once per combat, scry 3. So this is a Watcher-specific relic in the video game. And this is going to be character agnostic in the board game. Scry means that you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck for scry 3 and discard any number of those. We got potions. We got a Swift Potion to draw 3 cards. That costs 2. I think all the potions cost 2 pretty much. Got a Purify Potion. Okay, this is hilarious. Draw 3 cards with the Swift Potion under the Pocket Watch. Exhaust up to 3 cards under the Blue Candle, which exhausts cards as well. And then this is going to be a Scry Potion. Deal 4 damage. Nice. We also get to flip up 3 cards. We got a Poison Stab, a Terror, and a Dagger Spray. And we can buy these cards for the price here. So Terror, which is an uncommon, a blue backed card, costs 3. And then these 2 gray cards cost 2. And if we had any rare cards, they would cost 6. We can also pay 3 to remove a card. I want 1 more money. In multiplayer, you can share money. So that's kind of cool. So like if I was playing with a partner and I was like, I really need 1 more money, and they have that, they can do it. Terror is, yeah, we have not seen Vulnerable. So this is a Broken Heart, which applies to Vulnerable condition, meaning that the next attack deals double damage and then you remove Vulnerable. So I don't have a lot of like, I guess I do have, what's his face? Dash, which does 3. So then it would do 6. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure you can share money. You can use your gold to pay for any amount of another player's purchase at a merchant or event. Yeah. Yeah. And you can share potions. You can give potions to another player, not during combat, but in between combats, you can share potions between players. Pocket Watch seems really good. Blue Candle seems pretty good. Pocket Watch spends 8. That leaves me left over with 1 money. If I spend 7, I could also buy a potion. I don't think I want to buy any of these cards. I'm not super thrilled with any of those cards. I am really interested in removing a card. So like that would leave me with 6 money, which is just like an awkward amount of money. I guess I could buy like 2 potions and call it good. Damage potion and remove card. I like that. Where I could also go. I really like removing cards. But a pocket watch is like. Okay, what's the math on that? A pocket watch on a 3. I think we remove cards. Let's remove a block, especially because we just picked up a cloak and dagger. Or yeah, cloak and dagger. So let's remove a block. Pocket watch does seem pretty nice, right? It's also very expensive. We got 6 money left over. We'll spend 2 of that money to grab a fire potion, because that's just 4 damage. That feels pretty good, especially coming up against a boss right here. We have 4 money left over. We can hold that money. We can buy a potion. I think we buy a potion. I think we buy a swift potion. The way I like to use swift potions is it's going to be able to give me, like if I really need block and I don't have block, it fixes that typically. So it's almost like a panic button. And these guys go away. Flip that right back over. You're making me want to buy this game now. I love the video game. I was unsure how it would translate to a board game. 100% in the same boat as you, where like I did not buy the board game because I love the video game so much, and then I was able to try it, and it's way better than I thought it would be. It's good. I'm a big fan of this. So yeah, one of the best translated video games out there. I totally agree. And like Slay the Spire is by far my most played video game. By far. Probably by like over double the next one. Well, actually no. I take that back. I played a stupid amount of Pokemon as a kid. Let's say after like college, when I'm looking at video games, Slay the Spire is easily my most played. I remember when I first got Slay the Spire, I downloaded the game. I don't even remember why. Maybe one of my buddies told me about it. And I started playing at probably like 6 or 7 like PM at night. This is on like a Friday. I didn't go to bed. I played until 4 a.m. I straight up played for 10 hours straight. And then like I was just like, I need to not look at the screen anymore. Like I was like, oh, I know I need to. This is tough. But yeah, no, it was I love the video game. So yeah, I'm very happy with the implementation. You did the 1 relic achievement some weeks ago? Nice. Yeah, so in the rulebook there's a ton of achievements. So the 1 relic. Is that the minimalist? No, that's minimalist has beat Act 3 with a deck of 5 cards or smaller. Hit the block limit. Who needs relic? Beat Act 3 with no relics or boss relics. Oh, in the video game? That's crazy. Yeah, that one's tough. Um, I did the 5 card one in the video game. That was fun. I did that with Watcher. I was able to go infinite with Watcher. It was like a Wraith rush down type situation. That was a good time. I don't know if I've done the one Relic. I think I tried it for a long time, and I think I actually did. I think I was able to swap my starting Relic, and this isn't a video game. I was able to swap my starting Relic for a good boss Relic, and that helped me do it. I think I did. I think I did that with Watcher as well. Sounds about right for my first playthrough of Slay the Spire. Same thing happened to me with Balatro. Oh, I've played a stupid amount of Balatro. The one that I'm kind of stuck on right now, not stuck on because that sounds like negative, but I'm loving right now is Monster Train. I've been playing a ton of Monster Train. Monster Train 2 is out, but I do all of my gaming on like iPad, and Monster Train 2 is not on iPad yet. And once it does, GG Nelson. Put my daughter to bed at 8 p.m. I stayed in a room playing on my Steam Deck until like 3 in the morning. Yeah, dude, they're so addicting, right? What is my favorite character to play? Defect. I like Defect. He has like these orbs, and so you've played the video game, so you're familiar with kind of the concept of Defect. But in this game, whenever there's no like positioning of orbs, and so actually grab it right here. So like there's no positioning of orbs. And so like you can evoke any one of them whenever you get to evoke an orb, and so he's like really flexible in that way. And then I like Dark. Dark it deals 3 damage plus 1 damage for every power card you have in play. So it's a way to kind of like still get that scaling of like the dark orbs, but then like it also leans into him wanting to play powers, or I guess them wanting to play powers. Monster Train 2 is good. You can unlock the heroes from the first game. Oh, that's cool. Ah, that's cool. I love Defect, but suck at it. I like Defect. I think is. I don't know. Would you consider Defect probably the weakest character out of the 4? Defect is your favorite in the video game too. He's so much fun. I love him. He's so much cool. He's so cool. I got the. Yeah, I think I got the. There's an achievement to get 999 block in the video game. I think I got that with the Defect alongside the achievement of 20 focus or whatever, and I just ran like a stupid amount of frost orbs. And I can't, what enemy did I found an enemy in Act 3 that I was able to just stall out that doesn't like scale. I don't remember what it was. It was great. Board game Defect is way better with multiplayer. It can take a bit for it to get. Oh yeah 2 4. Oh wait, no, I'm upgrading. What did we say that we wanted to upgrade? Cloak and Dagger. They do have power cards in the board game. I just haven't drawn any of them. There's one right there. So there's a well-laid plans, accuracy. Yeah, they do. Oh, there's only 1 copy of each power card. Gotcha. Interesting. Defect. I ran a build with Defect that was really effective. It was lightning orb. This board game, lightning orbs. Then I forgot what the upgrade was, but there's an upgrade. Or I'm sorry, a power that the passive ability of the lightning orbs is increased by 1. So instead of 1 damage, they deal 2 damage. On upgrade, it deals plus 2 damage, so 3 damage. Then I then I had capacitor, or whichever one gave me 2 more. So I was running 5 lightning orbs. So that was like what, 15 damage? It was crazy. Electrodynamics. Yeah, that's what it was. What did I upgrade? I upgraded I think dash after the elite. So we have a dash upgrade, we have a cloak and dagger plus, and then we have a blade dance plus. Nope, not a blade dance plus. Dagger spray. Yeah, I upgraded the dagger spray because of slime boss. because he kind of splits and starts to create multiple enemies, and so I thought that the dagger spray could help take him out. Defect with electrodynamics is madness turns him into Pikachu. Heck yeah. And here we are. It is time for the boss. So we got Slime Boss. This is how a boss looks. So at the end of the game, if we win, we get a lot of money, a rare card, and a relic. Comes in with 22 health, but fear not, on death, we get a lot of other things. What's your plan for the stream of Act 2? I'm thinking I'm just going to do this 3 weeks in a row and play Act 2 next week. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. So I think next Friday, I'll continue on with Act 2. Yeah. We got Slime Boss. Got a programmed action here. Oh, also, on death, at the start of next round, we're going to summon a large slime, acid slime, and spike slime in front of each player. So he has little health. He has 22 health, which is not a ton. And then he goes crazy and summons a ton of little guys. So that's why we kind of upgraded the dagger spray. We have a lot of AoE stuff. He's going to... this is burn. I don't actually remember what this is called. But these cards are... status cards, and whatever card or whichever one that is given to you, so Slime Boss is giving us this effect, we will use this effect. So this is going to be pay 1 energy to exhaust it. We got a lot of stuff. We got Fairy in a Bottle, which is going to help us a lot. We got Fire Potion, which is going to deal 4 damage. We'll probably wait for the split to deal fire damage, and then we got a Swift Potion to draw 3 cards to help us fix our hand. I'm happy with our build so far. I think it's pretty solid. Let's go 3, 6, 7. See what we got. We got a Survivor. He's hitting us with the 3. What are they called? Okay, I think they're just called statuses in here. So he's hitting us with the 3 status. Survivor, defend, dash, strike, defend, defend, strike. Excellent. We got a die, which is a 3. We could have drawn 3 cards with the pocket watch if we had taken the pocket watch. I spend 2 energy. It's a dash. We'll deal 3 damage. Oh. So he goes down to 19. We get 3 block, doesn't matter, but... And then we'll spend 1 to strike for a damage, take him down to 18. Okay, he's going to give us 3 of these. These go in our discard pile, not the top of our deck, which is nice. And then he's going to hit us for 3. We got 2, 4, 5. Lose all our block. Crippling Cloud, Poison Stab, Blade Dance, Dagger Spray, and a Neutralize. So no defense. I feel like Crippling Cloud, I want to wait until we split him. I think that's going to be just significantly better if we split him there. What's our die roll? Die roll is a 1. I think here we're going to Toolbox and turn this into a 6. So that's going to deal 1 damage. And then we're going to trigger a die relic ability. We're going to trigger the loaded die to give us a block. Just because he's hitting us for 3, I want some block here. And then we'll be able to actually hit the Centennial Puzzle, because we are going to be taking damage this round. And I think I'm okay with that. We're going to be taking 1 damage because I'm going to neutralize him. So he's going to attack us for 2. We have 1 block. So I'll take 1 damage to hit that Centennial Puzzle trigger. And then we can... If we're getting hit harder, like with a 6 next round, then we can figure that out. But cool. So 0 for neutralize. It's gonna be 1 damage and a weaken. We got 1 for a dagger spray, so that's gonna be 3 damage. Goes down to 13. We got 1 for a blade dance. We're just going to use those 2 shivs to deal 2 damage to take them down to 11. We're going to go ahead and hit him with a poison stab. Just because I have the energy, I might as well do it. Okay. At the end of my turn, he takes 1 damage per poison he has. So 1 damage, he goes down to 9. Then he's going to hit me for 3 minus 1. So 2. I have 1 block. I take a damage there. Then he's going to hit me for 6. So we kind of really need to take him out this round. Because 6 is a lot of damage. We have a lot of card draw and stuff, so we should be fine. Got Strike, Defend, Cloak and Dagger. We deal ourselves an encounter card because we're shuffling our player deck. Wait, no, wrong game, sorry. Does anyone else do that where they will like use terminology from other games to describe? Like I called power cards upgrades earlier in the stream. I gotta do that all the time. We also have a fire potion, so if we can only do like 5 damage, we can hit him with the fire potion. Cloak and Dagger, Defend, Strike, Defend, Strike. Yikes. So we deal 4 damage. Let's go ahead and Centennial Puzzle here to draw 3 cards. Blade Dance, Defend, Neutralize. Alright, we'll hit him with the Neutralize to take him down to 8 and Weaken. So he's hitting us for 5. I think we're just going to take him out. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit him with a fire potion. So this actually just gets discarded. They're one-time uses. So he goes down to 4. We're at 3 energy. Oh, and die roll. A 4. Nice. So we deal a damage and we get a block. So he only has 3 damage left. Sick. Okay. Let's use 1 to strike to deal a damage, taking him down to 2. Let's use 1 for a Cloak and Dagger. So we get 2 shift tokens. We have a maximum of 5 shift tokens. And then let's spend 1 to Blade Dance for 2 more. And we'll spend 2 shift tokens to take him to 0. Now we have 2 shift tokens, which we can carry over to the next round. Okay. So he's at 0. At the start of next round, so that is now. So he does not have a turn. Now we're going to summon big guys. We'll keep him out there just because he has all the rewards on him. So we got an Acid Slime, a Spike Slime. Oh, actually the Poison would have killed him. So I'm going to hold on to 1 more Shiv. Yeah, thanks, Don. Good call. And a large slime. So we got a large, acid, and a spike. So got 5, 5, 12. Alrighty. And it is my turn. So reset, we got a defend, a strike, a dash. Hey, there it is. Oh no, another one. Roll a die. On a 1, we're getting hit for 1, 2, 1, and vulnerable. I don't like that at all. So let's go ahead and use 2 to dash. We're going to deal 3 damage here to take him down to 2. We get 3 block. I'm going to spend 2 shivs to take this guy out. Really don't want to be vulnerable. So we're good on defense here. I think I'm going to spend 1 to get rid of one of these guys. Oh, I was supposed to get 2 more of those when he hit me. I did not do that. I'm just going to shuffle these into my deck and just... That's on me. Finished my testing for Snow Clone Iceman leadership for Marvel Champions in the game with 24 damage output. Nice. Lead from the front, Cyclops allies ready. That's awesome. That's really cool. Can you still see my video? Am I still streaming? I'm getting an error on Twitch. But a lot of times I'll just get errors on my end. Okay, sick. Cool. Okay, there's that. Oh, we're getting double weakened. Not great. So 2 weakens from here, 1 damage, and then 2 damage there. Yikes. Alrighty. Go up to 3. We got a crippling cloud. Beautiful. Status, survivor. Another one. And another one. Alrighty, well, I wonder what I'm going to play. Roll a die. On a 4, we get a block, and we get to deal 1 damage. I'm going to get weakened and attacked for 4. Yo! Where do I want to do this damage? Just kind of take him out slowly. Let's spend 2 to go ahead and crippling cloud. We will poison both of these guys because crippling cloud hits the entire row. That's that little flame symbol there. So we're going to poison both of these and then weaken both of them. So now we are going to get hit for 3 from the large slime. And then I'll use 1 to survivor. We'll discard this card to get 2 block. So we're up to 3. Okay. Those get discarded. These guys take a damage 11 and 3. I get hit for 3 because it's 4 minus 1 because of this weaken. That's how much block I have. And then I get weakened again. 3 weakened. I think 3 is the max. Yep, max 3. So, haha, joke's on you. All right. Reset to 3. We get the dagger spray. I forgot that we had that card. That's a good card for this situation. The dagger spray. I forget. Yeah, I should have known that we had the dagger spray coming, which means that we did not need to deal the damage to the acid slime. We should have hit the large slime with it. But here we are. We got dagger spray, defend, status, strike, status. Card, it's a 4. So we get a block, and we'll deal a damage here. Oh no, the dagger spray, we're weakened. Ah! Well, that's sad. Let's swift potion. We'll draw 3. Status, defend, strike. Alrighty, well, okay. I need to get rid of these statuses, but I also need to get rid of the weakened. I can. So we're going to shiv for 0. We're going to strike for 0. We're going to strike for 0. And then we are going to hit him with the dagger spray. So it's going to be 3 damage to both, which is going to take out the acid slime. And then take this guy down to 7. We're about to get hit by 4. The nice thing is that we get to heal to full after this fight because it's a boss fight. So okay, we're taking a little bit more damage, but it hurts us. Okay. And then there's all my status cards. Those also get removed from my deck at the end of combat. So, alrighty, he's going to take 1 more down to 6. Then he's going to hit us for 4. We have 1 block. We take 3 damage down to 4. Ow. And then our turn. We've got a cloak and dagger, neutralize, defend, dash. Oh, we got all of the damage now and a survivor. Give me a 6. It's a 3. 3 more cards. 3 more cards from the pocket watch. I'm just saying. We could have had. We had greatness in our hands. He's hitting us for 4 again. Good thing we have a dash. We're gonna hit him for 3. We actually probably have lethal here. That's gonna take him down to 3. He's at 2. Yeah, we have a neutralize to hit him for 1 and a weaken. It's at 2 health, and then we are going to spend 1 for a cloak and dagger, and we'll spend those 2 shivs to take out the large slime. Woo! And there's a boss fight for you. Beautiful. We still have the fairy in the bottle. We get to carry all of our relics, our deck, everything into Act 2. So we get to keep fairy in the bottle, which is another panic button. But yeah, let's do our rewards. So rewards here, we get 3 money. So 5 money total. We get a boss relic. The way the boss relics work is you get to draw 1 plus the number of players in the game and choose 1. So the boss relics are these purple. They are awesome. And then we get a rare card. So I think at this point, we're kind of looking for an energy relic, something that ups our energy every single turn, because we have a lot of like 2-cost cards. So we got Calling Bell. So gain 3 treasures and a curse. Seems kind of fun. And it is a curse that you can remove. And then we got Empty Cage. Remove 2 cards. Oh! I think it's Empty Cage, right? Like, it's a silly card. Calling Bell seems fun, but Empty Cage, removing 2 cards. I mean, like, how many cards do we have in our deck? I mean, like, that's significant. Let's get all of these statuses out of here too. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So removing 2 cards is like, oh, what is that? 13% of the deck? I feel like we have to do that. I like the Bell, but Cage is probably better to clean out some of those starting cards. Yeah, I think, yeah. The Calling Bell is objectively more fun. It's just more fun. Empty Cage, I think, is stronger. Calling Bell is fun. We'll go Empty Cage. I think probably a Strike and Defend, just split it down the middle for removing starting cards. That's going to have us down 3 strikes, 2 defends. I mean, at the end of Act 1, 5 cards out of the deck seems very good. Yeah, let's go with that. And we discard it. So a lot of these boss relics will like give you energy at a detriment. So at the start of the turn, you gain an extra energy. So you would have 4, but then you cannot rest. Well, Cage is 6 money, Bell is around 20 money, depending on the relics. That's fair. That's fair. But it's also like, the relics, there's a chance that the relics don't really do anything. And I would say that the cage, if they're all 7-cost relics, I would put it at 21. I would reduce that value by 3 because we get a curse and we would want to remove that curse. And so I would say it's around 18. But removing cards is limited. You can't, I guess relics are too. I think that removing cards just allows us to hit our consistent upgrades better. Yeah. Removing cards in a deck builder is the best thing you can do, typically. There's a reason that they don't play Chapel anymore in Dominion. Have you all like played Dominion or know the Chapel story with Dominion, where I think Chapel is like trash 3 cards? I remember I remember I got Dominion. I was like, why would I ever want to do this? Why would I ever want to remove cards? And then I played with someone who played Chapel and just like absolutely stomped me into the ground. I was like, oh, that's why you want to remove cards. You go cool and pick the Bell. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with this deck. I mean, like, so far. Actually, let's get our rare card. Let's do our rare card. So, rare card, we got Adrenaline, beautiful. Malaise, and Tool of the Trade. Hey, there's a power card. So Adrenaline is a 0 cost. You gain an energy, draw 2 cards. We have a Malaise, which is an X cost card. So you get to choose how much energy you spend. Or I think it's actually is it the remaining? I thought in the game it's the remaining, but actually I think in this game, you get to choose. It may be the remaining. I don't know. I remember we looked it up, and I don't remember what happened. I think it is actually the remaining amount of money you have. You can spend any amount of energy when playing an X cost card, including 0. Okay, so you get to choose, actually. What's up, Candle? Yeah, when you're playing that annoying person who loves playing into witches. Oh, I hate that person. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so X cost cards in this game function slightly different than in the video game. You actually get to choose how much you want to do. So this applies X weak and X poison. That also feels really good. Then tools of the trade at the start of turn, you draw a card, then discard a card. I think I'm kind of leaning in between adrenaline and malaise. I think I like adrenaline. Malaise feels good though. Being able to apply poison. Probably 3 point. Adrenaline. What do y'all think? I don't think I need tools of the trade. My deck is fairly streamlined, so I don't know if I need that. Adrenaline does give me an energy. Yeah, so adrenaline is going to give me 1 energy and then draw 2 cards. And then it exhausts. Then we got malaise, which applies X weak and X poison based on how much we spend, and then exhaust. Adrenaline is pretty good, especially upgraded. Go adrenaline? Alrighty. What's the upgrade? I assume it's 2 energy. Yeah, 2 energy, draw 2 cards. Just like the video game. Alrighty. So there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we got that. And that's going to be our next priority to upgrade. Because that just gets the ball rolling so very quickly. Like, Crippling Cloud would be a good one to upgrade. I think that applies 2 poison, right? I think I'm liking our deck. We've got AoE debuffs. We've got pinpoint damage. We got a little bit of poison. We got a good bit of block. Dash is good. And then we got AoE. So like we're answering a lot of the problems that the game is going to present to us in Act 2. So pretty happy with that. We do get to heal up to full. And yeah, sick. I love this game. Okay, I think that it works really well true solo. I talked a little bit about it in the beginning where I was kind of curious on if I would enjoy this true solo or if I would like to just kind of continue to play the video game. I think this game shines in multiplayer. That being said, true solo, still really enjoy the board game version implementation. At any point I didn't really say, why am I not just playing the video game? I think that it's different enough. It's got, the tactile feel that, I super enjoy whenever I play a board game. So it's got that going for it as well. So I'm really happy with the board game in multiplayer and in true solo. So that's cool. I agree. I also really enjoy playing full 4 players. Yeah. Oh yeah. The 4 players, and they have so much cool interactions and everything. And you can there's a lot of cards that interact with other characters or other rows. So like Dagger Spray here that can hit the entire row. If I draw into a blue slaver and someone else draws into the gremlins, which comes in with 4 gremlin, tiny guys, I can hit that row. I don't have to hit the one enemy row, and then my other friend who has the gremlins can then start hitting the blue slaver, which is the one. It's just it's got some really cool interactions. I find that in this co-op game, there's a lot of discussion between my wife and I. Whenever I played half of a act with 4 players, and that also happened, but we were learning the game, so there was less discussion in that playthrough. But as we were playing through, it does feel like we are getting trying to work together to solve the problem. And so I'm pretty happy with that. Nice. I love adrenaline. Nice. Yeah. Okay, starting some testing for Psylocke Home Technique build. Oh, that's a good one. Psylocke Home Technique is really solid. Okay, cool. Sweet. I'm gonna probably come back and play Act 2 next Friday. It will be next week. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Friday. I probably will do Champions Monday, Lord of the Rings Tuesday, then Slay the Spire on Friday. So that's kind of what we have coming in. We're going to continue on with this run. We're not going to start over. So when we come back on Friday, we're going to be going through Act 2 with this deck, upgraded enemies, and all of that good stuff, and see what we can do. But yeah, and then I will post that schedule when I do lock it down on my community page on YouTube on Sunday at some point. So make sure that you're looking out for there in case you do want to catch the next stream. But next stream is probably going to be Monday, Tuesday, then Friday. Have a lovely weekend, Nelson. Thanks for the stream. Always fun and laid back. Thank you all so very much for hanging out. I'm happy that I think that this works pretty well for a game to stream. So I'm a happy boy. Awesome. Thank you all for hanging out. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Stay safe and enjoy any game that you may play. And until next time, see you around. Peace.